The ultimate vocab database is something that I whipped up in my first couple of years of teaching. Not something that took I just did overnight, but it was a work in progress, which was a concept I thought of very early on. And over the years, I've been making minor amendments to the file. But the bulk of the work was done in my first couple of years of teaching. So you see this in the omnibus, and there is one for every chapter of the Oxford Latin course. But I feel I need to make a video just because it's there for you, but a lot of people don't understand how to use it or can't read it. So just to help you with the color code and just to explain everything, this video is for those people who need it. So basically it's a database, as the name suggests, of all the words in the Oxford Latin course. As you can see with the tabs down the bottom, it's separated into types of words. So first of all, you have your words, separate sheets for the words which decline or conjugate. So the ones with different forms. So nouns, adjectives and pronouns, verbs which conjugate. And then you have another page, which I'll just go page by page of words which don't conjugate or decline. They're just words. So to start with nouns, nouns are in declensions, and as you can see, it starts with, so from left to right, it goes with first declension, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So as you can see here, I've frozen the panes horizontally. So you always have a model noun for every declension. There are different models as you encounter each declension, depending on the gender and stuff like that. But the concept of the database is to give you all the words which are in that declension in the Oxford Latin course. So if you see I scroll down here, they are all the first declension nouns and all the second, all the third. So the model you keep seeing up the top, and you can just scroll down and see that those words which are below in that same column decline exactly the same as the model noun up the top. So just with the color code, I'm in UVD 24, which means chapter 24. So as I said, there's one for every chapter. And if a word is in green, it means that it is a word that is in vocab before vocab 24. The words which are in yellow are on your next 100-word vocab test. So there, for this chapter, that's vocabs 20 to 24. So all the words you see which are in yellow text are on your next vocab test. And any word which is blacked out, they are words which are after chapter 24 in this case. So the further you go along, so from UVD 1 to UVD 54, the more green there's going to be and the less black there's going to be. Now, so that's the gist of the nouns page. As you can see, same with the adjectives. So same color code. There are little bits of extra information as well in different colors, and they're just individual things. But you can, once you've got the concept of that, you can pretty much work out how things work. So with the adjectives, as you can see, a general us, adjective. So see how altus declines like dominus, which is your model second declension masculine noun. Alta declines like mensa, which is your model first declension feminine noun. And altum declines like bellum, which is your model second declension neuter noun. And then you also have your third declension adjectives. So say, for example, just to scroll down to a normal adjective when I can find one. Or maybe these ones. Oh, I see. So, so say, for example, incolumis declines like civis, and incolume, the neuter third declension noun, so a thing which is safe or unharmed, declines like cubile, which, that's not it's not a model I use in a table for all of you, but it's one that I am used to. There aren't many third declension neuters anyway. So going to verbs, it's the same thing, except involving conjugations, which is just a fancy word for verbs having different forms. But then you also, other than cases, instead of cases, you have tenses. So as you move through the book and you encounter each tense, as you can see up the top, I've highlighted the tenses which you should have already covered by Vocab 24. So as you can see, same concept. If there's a first conjugation verb, it is in the first column. If there's a second conjugation verb, it's in the second column. So if I just go back to, okay, so yeah, and with the verbs, one of my students in my second year of teaching suggested that words which take the dative or an ablative object, they should be in red text. So there's not many of them, but you want to know which ones take the dative. So same thing here with the color code. The green ones are words you already encountered. Black ones are after Vocab 24 for this chapter's UVD. And the yellow words are between chapters 20 and 24 because they're in the next 100-word vocab test. So generally, this is a good resource for those who have finished the OLC, VCE, and you just want to do a bit of a stock take of the words you should know from the OLC, because the more words you know, and these are sorted into the declensions and conjugations for you, the less scope for errors you're going to make by having to use the dictionary and by yeah, just generally not knowing the primary meanings of words, of which the ones in the OLC are probably the best, usually the best meanings. And this is also good because you can also see how many of each word there are. So you can see there's quite a lot of first declension nouns. There's not a lot of, there's quite a lot of us second declension nouns. Third is the most common. There aren't many mixed and fourths. And with verbs as well, you can see there's a lot of firsts, not so many seconds. There's a lot of thirds. This is stuff I would have told you in class anyway. And there's not a lot of mixed, and there's even fewer fourths. And then there's your irregular verbs, which also usually have compounds. And yeah, and there's a few compounds for each of the major compound, irregular compound verbs. So your other words, these are just words. These don't decline, so they're just words. So same thing here. All the words in green are your types of questions, prepositions, adverbs, conjunctions, and exclamations, which you would have already encountered in the OLC. Black words you have not, and yellow words are the ones on the 20 to 24 vocab test. Also prepositions, which only take the accusative or the ablative, they are color coded as well in a special color font. Some take both, not many. As you can see, in plus the ablative, in plus accusative, and also sub, mainly the ablative, but also accusative. But either it's one, usually it's one or the other. So very important just for general VCE translating to know which prepositions take the accusative and which take the ablative. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So just those who have seen the vocab database before, but aren't really sure how it works or how to use it or how to read it, hopefully this video has helped. Okay, so that's it from me. And there you go, just an explanation of the Ultimate Vocab Database for those who need it.